and they're going to be together with us in the project. I heard the sound. I don't know if this is the sound of the question or it is the sound of reaction. So I don't see the screen so that you understand. But if
it was me starting the recording.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I always forget to do that. Thank you so much. Too much excitement. So that's what we're doing to regenerate human connections, and that's how we believe it's right to start the project, to make the project. And we want people who are joining us to also feel it, to also believe that, how would you like to feel about the project that we are joining? How would you like to feel about the land that you're buying? Do you want to feel that you misplaced local population, or do you want to feel and understand that this local population is doing the project together with you? And I believe this is the choice that we have, each of us has to do for ourselves, right? And aside of regeneration, we decided that we want to be the change in the community. So one thing we want people to understand, that this is the process of co-creation. The ARK is not an apartment building. It's not something that you're moving in and everything is ready. It's something that we're creating together. And being an intersection for co-creation, we decided that we want to redistribute 30% of all the businesses that we're going to create among the residents of the ARK. So think of this like that. You're buying, taking the same analogy of the apartment building. You're buying an apartment, and then the owner of the building comes to you end of each year and comes to him and says, hey, thank you for living here. This is the check for the year. We're calculating that this check for the year will be around $6,000 per year. And you don't have to do practically anything for this. We are going to create businesses. We're inviting you to create these businesses together with us if you want. And if you don't want, you can just enjoy the ARK and be the part of it. And we think that this is what is the future, and we want this to be a new norm for real estate developments, where villages or intentional communities will start sharing their profit with their residents. And to make it completely transparent and clear, we decided that we are going to be making annual independent financial audit of the ARK accounts, and this pertaining to both development process and to management process. So everything that we are going to be spending, you will be able to see and to understand how we're spending, how effective we are, how non-effective we are, and to discuss with us and to suggest something. And just to bring examples of how this is happening, people who are already residents of the ARK, now they're participating together with us to make financial models, to help us structure things. So this is something that we see as the future of living, where intentional communities are making communities inside, rather than just voting, oh, shall we pave the road or not? But it's more of co-creating the community, co-creating the village together. So that's one of the parts, one of the changes that we're bringing from the perspective of the community. And another one is that we're making an open gated concept. Last thing we want to do is close gated community of Boca Raton, where you're building huge walls and people cannot enter and don't know what's happening inside. We want to be as open as possible for people to join and come and see the ARK and enjoy us. And you will see a little bit later how we're making it happen already. But we want this crazy mixture of people happening at the ARK, at the same time providing safety and security for our residents. And as ARK is the project that was born from the pandemic, autonomy became the thing for us. We want to be the change in the perspective of becoming as autonomous as possible. So we're creating a project which is going to be fully solar powered. I will explain a little bit later how. We are creating natural living ponds on our land. Santiago will show you where and how, and explain you also how we're doing it. And why we're doing it, I can tell you that, well, Santiago will explain it to you from the perspective of farming, and from the general perspective of the project, we understand that water crisis is going to be one of the main ones. It is already one of the main ones in the world, and we understand that as the more water we're able to store on the land in the ARK is better for everyone who's going to be living there. And we're creating syntropic farm of a size of 6 hectares, which is 15 acres. And another change is that we want to be as healthy as possible. We live in Nicoya blue zone. So there are only 5 blue zones in the world where people are proven to live longer and happier lives. So Nicoya Peninsula is one of the 5 blue zones where we are. And there was a big study about it, why blue zones are so prolonged to longevity. And one of the main things is community, but at the same time, we want to foster this development of blue zone. And therefore, we want to increase the health span and lifespan of everyone involved. Doesn't matter if people are working with us, living in the ARK, or just visiting the ARK. We want the ARK to be this core of, like, moving force of how you can live a longer and healthier life. So these became our guiding principles. And this is ARK, and this is us in numbers. We have 88 residential lots, and they start from 5,000 square meters, which is 1.2 acres. These lots are intentionally big because we believe that this is not a very good word of a luxury, but at the same time, the luxury is living in nature more rather than living window to window with each other. We're located 1.6 kilometers from the beach, which is less than a mile. And we are located on the elevation of 197 meters above sea level. And as I said, today, I'd like to share a little bit more about our residents and who already lives at the ARK. So we have 19 adults that live already. Our youngest one is 32. The most grown up one is 56. And we have 4 kids aged from 4 to 13. And for 11 people, this is a primary residence. And for 8 adults, together with kids. And for 8 people, this is their second home. We have 12 houses built and 4 houses. And this is the information up to January, up to the current moment, right? So the more sales we make, the more people are moving in. But as of now, we are going to have 4 more houses in 2024. I'm sure in March we will share with the information that we will be updating with even more houses moving in. And we have people from 11 countries. And this is from, I put them here in the alphabetical order, from Argentina to the United States. And this is a melting pot of connections of people from very different cultures, talking different languages, with different beliefs, but at the same time united by the same values of kindness, co-creation, and love to nature in general. We found this land in May 2021. And then last day of February 2022, we signed the development contract. So we broke ground 1st of March 2022. So we're not yet even 2 years in the development. And during this time, we reached certain milestones. And of course, this was like, we developed the master plan. We connected whoever knows Costa Rica and whoever knows what's happening in Costa Rica, that understands that potable water is a big thing here. So we decided that from the very beginning, we're going to do it's called ASADA, like a governmental water. So we finished doing ASADA water, governmental water infrastructure in December. And in December, we also launched, like in 2023, our own seed bank, which Santiago will explain to you a little bit later. And we launched our event series in December. And our events now are very much concentrated around open farm days, which we're hosting twice a month, and where we're gathering to plant trees and the little cactuses, and people are gathering not only from the ARK, but as you can see, from all the village of Santa Teresa. And these farm days experiences are growing every day. With every open farm day, we have more and more people. And from the 17th of February, we are starting our own farm-to-table dining experiences. We divided the ARK in 2 parts, and there are amenities which are comprising something that is like the village the village shall function with all of the amenities, and then there are businesses. So businesses is something that we're creating together with ARK residents, but at the same time that are going to be made in the process of years and years and years, and we're always going to be adding these businesses. And our residents are the ones who are also benefiting from the businesses. So amenities are the ones who are supporting the structure, supporting life of the ARK, and businesses are the ones who are bringing the positive financial results. So we are making as an amenity a sports center, and as we're a multi-generational project meaning that we're targeted to all 3 age groups. We are making different amenities like tennis for very active audience, but at the same time pickleball, which is fitting for different age groups. And we're making semi-Olympic pool and other sorts of courts, and the gym and the reception and co-creation lounge. And I'll tell you a little bit later about our lofts, which are more businesses. We're making community center, which we're going to make together with all our residents, and we're practically going to have different workshops and also our own temple, disconnected from religious practices, but at the same time connected to spiritual practices. And we're making a kids playground and a knowledge hub inside of the farm. So now Santiago will share with you all the progress of the farm and what we're going to do there, and then I'll connect to you later to explain what we're doing from the perspective of our businesses. Thank you.
Well, hello everybody. My name is Santiago. I'm head of permaculture and regeneration in the farm, and I'm gonna share my screen with you. First of all, thanks everybody for being here. Like, it really shows putting your time and committing to this is committing to future generations and to leave a better world to them. I'm gonna talk to you about what we have been doing in our farm. We started almost 2 years ago. In 1 month, we'll make 2 years that we started designing and implementing. This is our general idea of our 6-hectare map. But first, for the ones that are new into these webinars and don't know the project, I just want you to look how it looked when we started. This is 1.5 years ago in the farm. And as you can see, there's practically no soil. Our farm and 60 of the 80 hectares of the ARK were overgrazed for 40 years with pesticides and a lot of abuse of the land. So there's practically no soil. And this is how it looks now, 1.5 years later of working. This is a photo I took today in the morning. So how we did this, right? We were just a team of 4 people the last 1.5 years working. So it's been a lot of patience, a lot of hard work also. And we are studying regeneration and permaculture principles. So first, we tried using the resources that we had, that is this kind of soil and some grass, manure, creating our own biochar, which is a kind of charcoal that we produce, and a mix of microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, to multiply them into creating a really fertile soil. So here you can see our compost working. This is a compost process, which is like cooking to steam the soil. So it's like preparing a recipe, and here is the final result. You can see an amazing healthy soil. As Matt said, until now we had produced 110 tons of this material to feed our farm. And this is just part of the strategy of regeneration. Another really, really important thing has been getting all these different plants, the genetic material, seeds, cuttings, all kind of material that we can reproduce. So we went, when I first get to the farm, I counted 12 different species of trees and grasses and flowers. Now we had more than 300 species altogether. Here you can see our seed dryer inside our workshop container, and here our small like plant production that we are making to do new seedlings. So that's been an amazing experience to gather all these plants. We want to have way more useful plants, both native and from outside. So we have this and become like really, really sustainable. Another really important element is being the terraformation of the land. After so much intervention, we believe that just like with a more drastic intervention, we can like heal the land. So we've been digging trenches and making platforms and transforming like the face of the land to make it to make the water and the sun and the wind and the different elements that cross it do it in a more harmonious way, and that we can basically and mostly store water directly in our land. So here you can see in the right, there's like this pruning of the bigger trees we had. So we didn't cut any tree. We are just like pruning the big ones that never had like a regeneration pruning. So this will like regrow and be way more healthy than it was. And all that wood we are using to bury it inside. And this was other of our secrets to create fertility. So all our agroforestry systems are with this kind of system. And as Marat said, we are also putting now the water system, which has been one of the biggest challenges for us because actually it rains in Santa Teresa, but only half the year, and the other half it's totally drought. So right now we have that limitation. We are addressing from different elements. We have a well, we are putting captation systems for the rainwater, and we are also doing bioponds, which I will tell you a little bit more about. We're also having a volunteer program we started building with bamboo with our team, which has been like a really enriching experience. And yeah, this is photos from today in the morning. You can see from these 300 species, we have like, this is Coyote Culan, coriander. That is like a native species from Costa Rica. It's delicious. And here we have sweet peppers and papayas, dill, coriander, different kinds of beans and basils. We have already more than 40 different kinds of trees, like fruit trees, planted on the land. So this is just like adding and adding into our vision of being like absolutely and truly regenerative. Investing in our land in this way is also like an experiment, right? Like we are learning in our living laboratory what works, what doesn't work. We are making an amazing team that will help everybody in the ARK to create their own farms and do their own regeneration, so we can transform the whole 80 hectares into something completely amazing, like a paradise on earth. Right now we will focus on, here you can see another of the strategies we have, that is creating biomass. So we are planting lots of natives that grow really easy. Here you can see the sugarcane. This is small sunflowers. Here are just like the new SAFs, the new agroforestry systems we made that we planted with all these people and in the farm days. These are just new that we are creating right now in these days. So this is all new development, all new terraforming. We are doing it little by little to have the retroalimentation of nature and don't make big mistakes, but like really go like mindfully and respecting the place. So it's been an amazing journey. Now we are going into creating different products, so the farm will be also sustainable economically and not just like an investment, but actually like a successful business. So we are creating different products as pesto, and we are gonna make dehydrators to have different powders like turmeric, moringa, and other superfoods and medicinals. So this is how the farm looks today. We still have a lot of work to get on. You can see there's like the first platform already planted with this no-till technique. We didn't like work the soil. We are just adding organic matter and compost. So the results for me are like amazing. I'm so happy with it. And now we are creating the second one and going for the third and the fourth platform. And these are all agroforestry systems with papayas, bananas, turmeric, and all these 40 different species I told you about. Like actually very big trees already are there that will be growing in the next years. Yeah, and then we are gonna start now the phase of terraforming the ponds, which is essential for us because now we are working with a well, but that's extracting water from the subsoil, which is what everybody does. And if we all do that, we are gonna run out of water, right? So we want to do absolutely the opposite. We want to hydrate our landscape and create a series of different ponds that have no liner, like plastic liner or cement or nothing. They're just infiltration ponds that once that the land is saturated, they will just overflow and gather like millions of liters of water. Oh, here's one photo of the last farm day. We had a lot of people, and it's amazing to see all these kids and all these different people interacting with the plants and loving it. We also had a tour yesterday from a group that was visiting eco villages. So we just make this new space for the farm to table experience, as Marat said. And here you can see the idea of the ponds that we are going to create. So we are going to start first with this one, with this one, and then we are going to keep going until we can hold around like 8 million liters of water just naturally in the land. Here, these lines represent all the swales that are already on the land that will first infiltrate the water and then redirect it very slow without creating erosion to these different ponds. So this is going to be an amazing experiment. We are really looking forward to that. And also, once we have water, we will plant all this other area that you can see. We are right now just intervened like 2 hectares, but we still got another 4 to transform. And here you can see the general layout. This will be our classroom that Marat was telling you. Now, this will be the farm to table experience. Here we will have a greenhouse. This is already our workshop and a place for eating, for having different workshops, so people can come and learn with us all these different techniques in the demonstrative center. A fungi production of different adaptogens as lion manes, cordyceps, and all these really beneficial fungi for health and life. An office, a watchtower, because we have an amazing view of the ocean and all the farm, and there's so many birds to see. And it also serves as our gravity irrigation system, and a yoga center, and a space for fire and temazcal. This is the parking area. This is a selling point for plants. And we will also have a supermarket with all of our products, but also products of the region that are organic and local and that follow these regenerative principles. So in general, that's what we are envisioning from the farm. We are just like in the process, like in the 20%, but it's been an amazing journey, and I'm really happy to show these results to you. If you have any question, we can answer it at the end after the presentation of Marat. And thank you so much for your time. That's it for my presentation.
Thank you, Santiago. Thank you for the great presentation. Yeah, so it's beautiful to see every time like how the progress was made, because it's also proves that actually development can mean a good thing in real estate, right? Like that developments can be like these, that you can be a part of something that is reversing the detrimental effects that humanity did on nature. So we're inviting everyone to become the part of this journey. And as I said, the farm is one of our amenities/businesses, but at the same time, we are co-creating together with our residents other parts of the businesses from which our future residents are going to be benefiting. And this is, as Santiago said, organic supermarket, where we're going to be selling all our produce from the farm, and whatever we're going to be producing at the ARK, like non-chemical cleaning products and fermented products and everything. We're making our own functional medicine clinic and spa. We are building ARK lofts, which is practically a 16-room hotel. That's how they're going to look like, and that's how they're going to look like inside. And hopefully we're going to finish them by the end of this year. And this is going to be a mid and long-term hotel. We don't like to call it hotel, we call it lofts. And then aside of this, we are going to have our series of events, retreats, courses, and a big part of our business is property management, as the ARK is taking care of all the rents inside of the ARK. So practically, our future residents will be benefiting from all these businesses that are going to be functioning at the ARK. And that's our land, and that's how we divided it into different lots. Whoever will be interested, we will be sending more information after this call. But practically, this is our growth plan. So like by March, we already started our program of property management, but by March, we're gonna do all the test and tries. And by March, we're gonna launch a full-on service of property management. We're gonna try to expand the farm to 6 hectares. We depend a lot on water, as Santiago told, but our ideal plan is to expand the farm to 6 hectares by March, but practically it's going to be never-ending work. And by the end of this year, we're going to open reception buildings, which will allow us to make centralized check-ins and check-outs for people coming to the ARK. And we're going to launch all the concierge services and everything. And at the same time, by the end of December, if we are going to launch our ARK lofts, and hopefully we will launch our educational programs and artist residences as well. And we're going to open our own kids playground. There are many more things that we're making, and we will be presenting with our webinars as like our potential school on which we're working, and other plans and co-creation lounge and like other additional plans. But practically we will present them whenever they will be fully ready. And to make the ARK home, the main thing what we're inviting people to be now is like to practically purchase their individual lots, and that's what we are doing now. Then people who are joining the ARK, they're buying these lots. They're starting, as I said, from 5,000 square meters, which is 1.2 acres, on which people can build 25% of the land. We're including already, as remember I told that we want to be as autonomous as possible. So we're including already in the price of the land the set of solar system for 2,000 kilowatt hours per month, which is practically enough for 3 houses of 4 people, and the reserve battery for 24 hours. And price of that set is $50,000. As I said, it's gone already included in the price of the land, and the governmental water of Asada. And we are now in the founding member stage, which is practical. We have 8 more lots left in the founding member stage. And we're obviously encouraging people to join as early as possible, because for now, the ARK doesn't have any investors or outside funding. Whatever we invested to the ARK were our own money, and now we are investing money that whenever people are joining. So we have this. For our founding members, we have the prices which start from $60 per square meter, and they're receiving the highest percent of profit share, which is 0.4%. And as I said, for founding members, it's going to be something around $6,000 annually. And our founding members will have a forever free access to all amenities and highest level of discount for classes, courses, and programs, and highest discounts for farm produce. But at the same time, we understand that there are many people who want to join the ARK, and they are either financially cannot meet the criteria, or at the same time they are looking for something else. So therefore, we're inviting people to share lot with friends. So you can buy the same lot and have as many owners as possible. And whoever is interested in this model, we can discuss it in more details later on. Several houses can be built on one lot. And at the same time as our profit share is distributed among lots, so these lots are participating still in profit sharing from the ARK businesses. And then now we're introducing the idea of fractional ownership, which I believe we will finishing by the next webinar, and we will present already how it's going to look like, how much it's going to cost. But practically the idea is that you will be able to own part of your dream home inside of the ARK, and it's going to be designed, built, and operated by the ARK. And also, for people who want to make the ARK their main residence, we're working on making individual houses and apartments that will start from 60 square meters, because we have a lot of people who want to join and they don't need big houses. They live by themselves. So these houses are going to be designed, built, and operated by the ARK. And at the ARK, we have certain architectural guidelines, and we're working with 3 architects from Mexico, together with our in-house architect from Costa Rica, who are hopefully here in the call still. And our architects from Mexico are working on design development, and these are their projects that they've done already in different parts of the world. And that's how we came to our own architectural guidelines. So whatever people are building at the ARK has to follow the line of contemporary tropical minimalism, as we call it. And this is the mixture of different architectural styles from all over the world. But the main thing is that to which it replies to is to practically to be effective and low maintenance in tropical climate where we are, be good in and not to be affected by mold, and at the same time not to require a lot of maintenance and not to rust. Practically our logic is whatever is rusted from the very beginning will be rusted in 20 years. So we just have to make it look nice. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're creating. And if you have questions and answers, I will stop sharing the screen now. And thank you so much for your attention. Sorry, let me find you. And thank you for your time. We are again sorry for our technical problems with the link. It was not that we were expecting. But thank you so much for joining and for having your time. Do you have any questions maybe on about anything? We know that it's a lot of information during webinars, So sometimes it's like it's the farm and architecture and like how to join and what is behind it. The project is very complex. We are forming it on the way, and there was a lot of work already done before. So of course for us it's like, you know, we kind of see it as a totality, but for people, especially when they're joining for the first time to these webinars, it feels a lot. But at the same time, we can assure you that it's not, although it is maybe, but at the same time, you know, like when you're doing it step by step, when you're here every day, and then when you see the differences, and I believe that that's what you saw in Santiago's presentation, the way that land looked just like a year and a half ago and the way it looks now really proves that just a year can make a dramatic difference of honest and nice work on the land. So thank you for connecting, and whoever has questions, we can go on answering them. Anyone? Or everything is clear and everyone's just like, we got everything. Everything is clear. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I get him.
Hello, everyone. Hello, the ARK creators, I guess I should call it. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes. Or is there any echo? No, I was just looking through the presentation and I was so inspired. I was like, wow, it's like an utopian project, really, for today, exactly. And I was just wondering, like, are there any ideas just in the future to replicate this kind of project in other places of the world? I actually have two questions. This one is the first, and the second is, are there any other possibilities to join the ARK, like, I don't know, volunteering or something like some projects have? Because I think the ARK is also the project. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Good question. We are not planning to replicate the project anywhere else in the world. We're planning to make this the only one, and then we are going to make our guest houses in different locations together with our residents. But at the same time, yeah, we understand that people want to make certain projects like this, so we're super open to be an open book for an open source for whoever will want to do something like this. So we will be happy to share our mistakes, our path, our learning curve, whatever we learned so far, if someone will want to do something like that. And of course, free of charge. And another thing, yes, we are launching our volunteering program. We have one volunteer for now, and we are going to have more, hopefully, maybe from March. We're working on details, and soon we will be able to expand it to 4 volunteers and maybe even more. So yeah, stay in touch and follow us, and we definitely going to inform as soon as it's going to be ready. Thank you so much for the question. Thank you. Other questions? No, thank you so much for the comments. Whoever, we're gonna send all the information also from of like our presentation and everything, how you can join after the webinar. And if we don't have any more questions for now, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for participating. It's always great to see people interested in this project, and for us, it's a soul project. It's a hard project. And hopefully in March, we will bring you even more news and even more updates, and we will be able to show you a great progress that we made in the next 2 months. So wish us luck. We're looking forward to see everyone at the ARK in Costa Rica. Please come and visit us. Plant a tree with us. Join us in our farm days. Join us in our farm-to-table dining experiences. And yeah, thank you so much. Valeria has a question.
Apologies, just so last minute. But because you mentioned the event, will there be like an invite, or what would be the way to join the event?
Yes, we have. You can. Thank you so much, Valeria. There are already events on our website, so you can always go in the events section and see where you can register. But we always pointing them, like publishing them in our social media, and we'll be sending them through our newsletter database. So if you're subscribed, you'll get it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, and hopefully there won't be any more technical issues ever again. Rebecca, thank you so much. Thank you. We're looking forward to see you here in Santa Teresa. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll be in touch and come visit us. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a great day. Bye.